Here's to the dude down the street with the garage band. The folks standing on the street corner asking for change. Change. It's something we all need. But until things get a little better, listen to the music play. Where in the world is Megan's new music? Can you believe that July is already coming to an end? I know I sure can't. Welcome back to another episode of Where in the World is Megan's New Music. I hope you've been staying cool. The date is August 14th. The city is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The event, Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer. That's right, y'all. You've heard me mention it before, and we are just a few short weeks away from the 10th annual Cancer Kicking Benefit Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer. We're hanging out in Schenley Plaza from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. All proceeds are going to the American Cancer Society, and we'll be featuring artists such as Ray Powers, Mike Zuko, Right Turn Clyde, Wounded Moose, Brian Genovese, Wild Bill Cox, Moonshine Jasmine, and so much more. We will also have some games for the little ones to win some cool prizes and some vendors for our bigger kids. And don't forget, if you can't make it to the 412, there's a Facebook page and a donation link just for you. In the spirit of Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer, let's kick this week's show off with one of our performing bands. This group brings something completely different to the table than we've ever seen at Rock Out before. The Red Hot Ramblers are the Dixieland band to check out. This song that we're going to listen to was arranged for the band by Joe Campus before he passed away, and it is an amazing arrangement. Let's take a listen to the Red Hot Ramblers with their rendition of The Bare Necessities.
Necessities of simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean those bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes to bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to bring some honey just for me. The bare necessities of life will come to you.
Wasn't that awesome, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much to Scott and the gang for sharing that tune. We simply cannot wait to have you at Rockout. Well, I'm feeling real good about this episode, y'all. Let's take a listen to some feel-good music together to keep these vibes going. I think I want to show you a song that I just cannot get out of my head. I've been listening to this song absolutely on repeat for days on end. You can ask my band because I'm sure they're sick of me. You got to meet them last week, so let's take a listen to Burned All My Money by Skylar Davis.
Well, I just burned all my money, and to be honest, I feel kinda lucky, cause what I want, no money cannot buy. Don't stay where you are, cause you feel kinda fuzzy when it all goes down. You gotta ask yourself something, did I make all I could of my life?
Once again, Skylar Davis and brother Mike Kemp. Back at it again. Back at it again.
all I can of my life. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Skylar Davis, everyone. Thank you so much for taking a listen with me. Oh, I love that song. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Our next tune of the evening, everyone, is coming from the man who caused this nightmare that you're all forced to endure on Friday nights. I got my start as a professional, quote unquote, musician at 19 years old with the help of recording producer and singer songwriter Ray Powers. He brought me out to Mad Hands Records in New Jersey, where we recorded my first single, Free. As a thanks to the big man, I want to show y'all one of his kickin' tunes. He'll be here in Pittsburgh for Rock Out as well, y'all, just in case you want to catch him in the act. Let's take a listen to Ray's first Nashville single, It's You.
Wasn't born with the keys to a kingdom. That's okay, I'm not looking to reign. Never wanted a parade, always thought I had it made, getting by to make the grade. Nothing else in the world like contentment. What a life when you get what you need. Then it hit me from behind, plain as day and twice as bright. Now I know what makes a life. Baby, it's you. You're the kiss at the end of the movie. It's you. Sun that sets at the end of the day. It's you. You're the reason that I'm lying awake. You're the icing on the cake. You're the shimmer on the lake. The only heart I wanna take. Baby, it's you. It's you. Couldn't say that it felt like a rescue. Wouldn't say I was drifting away. That's the beauty of desire. There's no better natural high, and it's been there all the while. Baby, it's you. You're the kiss at the end of the movie. It's you. Sun that sets at the end of the day. It's you. You're the reason that I'm lying awake. You're the icing on the cake. You're the shimmer on the lake, the only heart I wanna take. Baby, it's you. You're that moment in time that makes me thank God I'm alive. Wishing I could live 1,000 times. You're the feeling I get when I just know it's legit. Never trade it back again. It's you. You're the kiss at the end of the movie. It's you. Sun that sets at the end of the day. You're the reason that I'm lying awake. You're the cool mist of the bay. You're the touch I simply crave. You're the reason that I stay, the one I won't let get away. You're the icing on the cake. You're the shimmer on the lake. The only heart I wanna take. Baby, it's you. It's you. It's you. You're the kiss at the end of the movie. It's you. Perfect end to the end of the day. It's you. You're the kiss. You're the kiss. You're the kiss. It's you.
And it's you that I want to thank for sticking around for Where in the World is Megan's New Music. And thanks to Ray for everything that you do for the music industry. So let's get back on the road and go west for a minute This next song is one of my all-time favorites. And I know I say that a lot, but when I say that a song is my favorite, I mean that's one of those songs that I put on that playlist that I turn on at any time of the day. If I want to feel good, if I'm mad, if I'm sad, if I'm happy, if I'm feeling goofy, these are the songs that just warm my heart no matter what's going on in life. So this next song is coming to you from my good friend Chino Choppa. He came out to Pittsburgh a few months back from Chicago, and we recorded a few of his acoustic tracks for all of us to enjoy. This one is a true story about two gypsy kids in love. Folks, this song is called New Fucking Orleans, and I promise you that you'll be singing along by the end.
Well, I met a man in New Orleans. I traded him some LSD so we could read his tarot cards for me and for my wife, so she could see what the past means, what the future brings, and how this cruel world can be so mean. Fucking Orleans, New fucking Orleans, New fucking Orleans, New fucking did see. I'm a recluse, baby. Surprised you can handle me, and at times, oh, it may seem like these rough days will never cease. Oh, but we'll get through anything, baby. Like the unexpected, the unknown, and not knowing where we're going. Fucking Orleans, fucking Orleans, still, fucking Orleans, still, fucking Orleans. The water's getting higher, my lungs are getting tighter, walking down Decatur Street. Ooh, ladies are talking, the vampire man are stalking, my brain is soaked with LSD. Ooh, baby, get me out of here, the blues are around and I wanna stay clear. La 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 la. The mass figure's all I see. The clowns and wizards, baby, please help me. But
la 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 la. I mean, I don't know.
Chino, thank you so much for bringing your tunes all the way from Chicago to Scarfire Records here in Pennsylvania. That is one heck of a tune. Since we're talking about Chi-Town, let's visit one of our newfound friends. Colleen Wilde is a multi-talented musician from Chicagoland who has had more than her fair share of exciting trips on and off stage. This next song is a hard-hitting tune that is sure to get the heart pumping. Let's check out Colleen Wilde's tune, Broken.
Anxiety sets in as I look through the door. The problem in my world isn't so quick to war. I know how to let go, I know how to forgive, but I let too much feeling penetrate my skin. It's just softly hand caresses my face. It's the length of your stare and strength of your embrace. Broken, you have left me shattered into oblivion. When you scattered across the bathroom floor, holding on to nothing that's leaving me with nothing more. I should look out what you meant when you looked away, but now meeting my gaze, I should've known to stay. I didn't think you'd follow through with all your threats. You're the only one left with promises you kept. It's the memory of your hand caresses my face. It's the length of your stare and strength of your embrace. Broken, you have left me shattered into oblivion. When you scattered across the bathroom floor, holding on to nothing that's leaving me with nothing more. Can't explain the damage, can't explain the fear. Can't close my eyes without you here. Selfishly took away what wasn't yours to take. Not thinking of the pain was your last mistake. Broken, you have left me shattered into oblivion. When you scattered across the bathroom floor, broken, you have left me shattered into oblivion. When you scattered with your last goodbye, holding on to nothing that's leaving me with nothing more.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Each week, we bring on a hometown hero to talk to them about who they are and what we do. And this week is no different, folks. I have a Pittsburgh musician who I have just fell in love with. He makes gothic trap music. Yeah, you heard me right. Gothic trap music. We'll talk more about what that means when we get him on the line. In the meantime, why don't we listen to one final track? This song is my baby. In 2014, I had the honor of releasing this tune with Mad Hands Records, as I mentioned earlier when we listened to Ray Powers. Before I turned 20 years old, I had this song hitting #1 in indie Nashville, and it's because of all of you beautiful people out there that and all of my musical endeavors have been possible. So, while I get our guest on the line, let's take a listen to my debut single, Free.
Clothes and a pack of smokes. On a Wednesday, cleaned up, took my stuff and said goodbye. Oh, just wanted to cry. There were no more fights, no more sleepless nights, no more begging you to stay. I don't have to cry over a good goodbye. I have a chance to take a breath. There's no more feeling low since you've had to go, and baby I'm free. There once was a dark time when you held me down. I lost sight of who I was. Oh, you tore me to pieces before you said goodbye. You thought you ruined me. That's when it hit me. That there were no more fights, no more sleepless nights, no more begging you to stay. I don't have to cry over a could-be goodbye. I have a chance to take a breath. There's no more feeling low since you've had to go, and baby I'm free. Oh, you know it did hurt at first. Losing your life is hard. And as I picked myself up and I took my first step, I took a breath and said, no more fights, no more sleepless nights. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm free. There were no more fights, no more sleepless nights, no more begging you to stay. I don't have to cry over a could-be goodbye. I have a chance to take a breath. There's no more feeling low since you've had to go. There's no more feeling low since you've had to go. And baby, I'm free. Yeah, yeah. Oh, finally free. Baby, I'm free.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking around for yet another episode of Where in the World is Megan's New Music. As promised, I do have another call-in guest to bring on the show. I've been scouting for new talent on the Facebook social media groups that I've got on my phone, asking folks, hey, we're looking for new talent to bring on the show, some fresh meat, if you will. And the next gentleman that we're going to speak to actually was one of my very first recipients. So please give a very warm welcome to Stephen Thomas, who performs under the title Idiot. Stephen, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad at all. Thank you so much for taking time to come hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's dive right in. Why don't you tell the class about you? Who is Stephen Thomas?
Who is Stephen Thomas? Okay, I am a 21-year-old guy. I'm from the Pittsburgh area generally. I was kind of like born and raised around here. I got into music when I was like very young. I saw Smash Mouth and I thought they were like the coolest thing in the world,
Nice.
which in hindsight is like not entirely accurate, but I was like 11. And so I was like, I want to do that. And I got a guitar for my birthday. I started taking lessons, started writing music, played in a couple bands, and it just kind of progressed to where it's at now, where I'm looking to do this like full time. I'm moving to Nashville in like a month and a half. But that's the Cliff Notes version. That's my life summarized into 5 or 6 sentences.
Nice. So what do you plan on doing when you get to Nashville?
Just working as much as I can, working with as many people as I can. I'm going to school down there too for music business, but really
Excellent.
what I'm trying to do is just like build up a catalog right now. Like I
Yeah.
want to go down there with songs that like already have traction so I can go down there and be like, this is who I am, this is my art, this is what I have going for. And then like hopefully that'll bring in people who want to work with me, and hopefully that'll lead to opportunities where I can work with other people who I like aspire who I aspire to be like.
Heck yeah. Well, not to, give some shameless promotion to my favorite spot in Nashville, but once you're down there, if you want to go to a good songwriters round, go over to Commodore Grill. It's in the bottom of I believe that was a Holiday Inn. You're gonna want to go there. And once you do, you'll be able to talk to folks. There are people who come in from the last time I was there was somebody in from Australia. Some of the best
Okay.
songwriters come through that place. It's a great place to network. And the guy who runs I met the one guy. There's two groups of people who do sound. So Jimmy, the guy who's there, is absolutely fantastic. So definitely stop down at Commodore. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That
I'll
is so
definitely
cool.
check that out.
So you're going to Nashville. Typically, we got country singers going to Nashville. Are you a country musician? What kind of music do you make?
I'm kind of all over the place. The term I'm trying to get off the ground now with like my song I just put out and some stuff I have in the works is gothic trap music. I really want my music to be a combination of like modern trap, like old school, like 80s, 90s, like metal guitar, and like 1700 like vampires. That's really what I want my music to be.
Wow, gothic trap music. While I have never heard that, I am totally on board. That is so cool. I love that.
I'm actually nervous right now. I wasn't nervous before we started.
Oh, don't be nervous. I'm happy to have you here. And I know that the folks back home are just as happy to hear you tell us the story of Idiot. So, speaking of, I am a person of self-love and I try to promote as such on the show. And I'm sure, you seem like you got a really great personality. I'm sure that, you have, good level of love for yourself and those around you. Where did the name Idiot come from?
Okay, so can I give you two answers? Because there's one that
Sure.
sounds really good, and then there's one that's like the real answer.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the answer I like to tell people, even though I'm telling you both, so in effect it doesn't matter, is that um I call myself idiot because I feel that we as like a culture like idolize celebrities way too much. We put them on pedestals, we make them out to be like models, citizens, or whatever. And so when they mess up or they say something or they have something in their past, we're all like shocked. And we're like, how could someone do something like this? It's like a human. Like we never should have like put them at the level that we did in the first place. And so for me, idiot is almost like a disclaimer. It's like I'm a very flawed person. Like I'm gonna make mistakes. And so like listen to my music if you want, enjoy my art if you get something out of it, but never like put me on a pedestal. Like never make me out to be anything more than I am, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then the real answer is I was just really depressed when I named this. And so I was like, oh, idiot. That's depressing. That works.
You know what though? Either way, it makes sense. That's awesome. All right. So, what where hold on. I got to start that over.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry about that. Thank God for Be Real. Um,
Let's be real.
Be Real is blooper reel. All the mistakes you
Oh,
make.
oh, okay.
All right. So, you go by Idiot and you make gothic trap music. Do you have the opportunity to play that music out, especially since we've been, just now coming out of the pandemic?
You know, I haven't yet, but I'm in the final stages of planning my own show for July. It's going to be self-booked, self-promoted. We're renting out a venue. Just got to finalize a few things, but it's going to be happening.
Ooh, cool. Are you going to be doing that by yourself? Or are you going to be bringing on other artists?
The plan is to have a full band for Idiot. So it's going to be me and then 5 other musicians I've gotten to know over my time here. And then we're going to have like 2 or 3 other bands playing the event as well.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I will definitely let the folks know about that show. Do you have a date for that yet?
We're looking at July 23rd very strongly. I can't say for certain, but there's like a 95% chance that's going to be the night.
Well, whenever you get that finalized, you let me know. We'll let the folks back home know.
Beautiful. Thank you.
No problem. So you said you've been in a few bands in the past. Have you always kind of stuck with this sort of innovative, like gothic trap style,
Not at
or
all.
not
It's
at all?
I came up with that term like a week ago because
Heck yeah.
I was just thinking of something. I was literally downtown and I printed out a bunch of flyers for like my new song Stolen Fruit and like my friend's song he put out, and we were handing them out to people and people were like, what kind of music do you make? And so off the cuff I was like gothic trap music because that sounded good, and I was like, I'm gonna roll with that. That's what I am now.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. I love your ability to just, come up with the one-liners that get the people thinking. That's key when it
Well,
comes to
thank
being
you.
an entertainer, having that almost, I don't want to use the word weird because weird has a bad connotation, but having that unique kind of, shtick about you, no matter what your shtick may be. That's awesome. You stand out, you make yourself, easy to be remembered. That's so cool. So you mentioned Stolen Fruit, and the show is all about talking and listening to music. So why don't you tell us about Stolen Fruit so we can show them? It's an amazing song.
Absolutely. So what Stolen Fruit is about is for a lot of people I've known, and maybe I've fallen into the trap too in the past, but for some reason like there's this phenomenon that happens where if someone's like in a relationship or committed in some way to someone, it makes them like more alluring as like a romantic prospect. And so this song is about that feeling, and the last kind of lines of the song kind of flip that on its head and say like that's a bad idea, like only bad things are going to happen from that, because it's like if you're on the side where you're the person who's committed and you do something, it's like you're giving up like however much energy and time and resources you put into the thing you had established. And if you're the other person, it's like you can never expect this person to be like loyal to you because it's like they were messing around when they were like in another thing, and so it's like ultimately the song's about that but has a message of like don't get into that stuff.
Right on. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have heard this song and it's already stuck in my head. And I know that after you hear it, it will be stuck in yours as well. So let's take a listen to Stolen Fruit by Idiot on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
Her man's been away at college. She's got the body and I've got the knowledge. One kiss, now I fucking need her. Stolen fruit tastes so much sweeter. A fairy tale, a slipper and a nail. A prince will climb your castle just to fuck and bail. I can see it in your eyes, the hesitation's just for show. If you feel like making trouble, I know somewhere we can go. I could. And how can I resist it? She would. I'm feeling so sadistic. One look and it's like confession. I think it's time that we learn our lesson. Her man's been away at college. She's got the body and I've got the knowledge. One kiss, now I fucking need her. Stolen fruit tastes so much sweeter. One kiss and you traded over 11 months for a night half sober. No trust, now you've been dishonest. Don't waste your time on a broken promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Stolen Fruit by Idiot. And I appreciate you sticking around to take a listen. Stephen, thank you very much for sharing that song. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So, listening to that song and hearing you say that you are a gothic trap artist, I gotta ask, where did the writing begin? Who are some of your inspirations? How did that all get started?
That's that's a very difficult question for me to answer because I listen to so much music. When it comes to lyrics, I have no idea what my inspirations are. And I know that sounds like a cop-out answer, but I just write about things I see and things I know and things I like. And so it all just kind of comes together. What's a lot easier for me to talk about is my musical influences. Um, I'm very much like a fan of like 80s thrash metal, and I feel like that kind of comes through as far as like the guitar tones I use and like the song structure. Like it's rare I write a song that's just like chorus, verse, chorus. Like that doesn't happen often when I write music. Um, I'm also a very big fan of like a lot of classic rock and stuff, but I like new stuff too. Like Playboy Cardi is someone who I've been listening to a lot. He had an album he put out called Whole Lot of Red. It was just like very weird, and like the synths were like based in a lot of like very simplistic sine waves, and I really liked that because it was like different. And so I listened to that, and it was like I'm gonna put like something like a sine wave in my song, and that's the main synth that's in Stolen Fruit. So that was directly inspired by that album.
Awesome. So you do all of your own production as well as your own instruments?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. That definitely takes a lot of talent. I recently, I admittedly I did go to college and I did get myself a degree in music, but when it
Sure.
came to the production side of things, it was like reading Chinese for me. I couldn't
Okay.
figure it out for anything. And so recently I just started picking up, the studio stuff, and I started to record my own songs, and I'm actually teaching myself how to use a K oscillator and a chaos pad. So I'm hoping that in the future I'll have some of the more music technology understood in a way that I'll be able to expand. So that's really impressive that you're able to
Okay.
do that.
Well, I mean, if you've got like a studio, like I'd love to come out, do some tech work, you know. I'm
Oh,
looking to work with as
absolutely.
many people as possible.
Absolutely. Scarfire Records is always open for anybody to come on down and collaborate absolutely free.
Yeah, awesome.
Fantastic. So you say you like to, put down studio work for people. Who are some of the folks that you've had the chance to work with?
So I've worked with some local artists. Like I played guitar on this one artist named Raul is his name. I played guitar on his album. I was in a couple bands. Like I'm playing bass for my friend Randy on some of his stuff. I produced for my friend Dave. I just like working with a lot of my friends, like no really big names or anything. Just like people I know, people I've met.
You know what? That's still cool though. I'm doing the same thing. I met a lot of people along the way, and big name or not, the name is big enough to me that I want to work with them. So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
upcoming releases from the tribe that you want to talk about?
Mm, not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Okay.
No. I'm focusing on my own stuff really right now.
Right
I
on.
got some stuff in the works I'm very excited for though. So when it's a little more final, I'll definitely be making that information public.
Right on. We are at the seat of our pants waiting to hear that information. That's so cool. That is so cool.
Thank you. Yeah. I like
So
that phrase, seat of our pants. I've never heard that before.
really, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Seat of our pants.
That's one of my old people quotes that I like to
I'm
use, so
gonna
to
start
speak.
using that. I'm
By
gonna
the
start.
seat of your pants, that means you're gonna be excited and you're very, very much waiting in anticipation.
I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that
By
one.
all means, please do. Please do. Oh, that's funny. So you've got plans to go to Nashville. Do you plan on sticking around Nashville? Like, what are you
I
trying
mean,
to, what's the end game here?
the end game here is just to make a living working in the industry. Like I heard this quote
Yeah.
I really liked a while back that was like, be firm with your dream, be flexible about how you get there. And that's what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make myself as much of an asset as possible when it comes to music. And so I can move down there, work with people, hopefully get some like income coming in from music. And then we'll just go from there. Like I'll go where I need to go. Like I'm not set on Nashville, but right now I got some friends that are also moving down there and I'm moving with them and I'm going to school down there. So it just makes sense to be like in the city physically physically
For
for the
sure.
time being. But I'm not tied down to the city at all yet. I've never even stepped foot there, so I don't even know if I'm gonna like it yet. But we'll see what happens. We'll see where the road takes me.
Heck yeah. What school are you going to be going to?
Belmont.
Omont.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know you mentioned you had a music related degree. What school did you go to for that?
I actually went to the community college of Allegheny County.
Really? I didn't know they had that program.
They do. And when I started going to school, I graduated high school in 2013. And so I ended up going in the fall of 13 into the 14 year. And when I was going, the program itself was very minimum. I mean, we were in a basement of one of the buildings. We had a choir room and a couple pianos for a lab. And as time went on, my group of folks that came through the program were really interested in making it bigger. And the professor we had was a studio engineer who had been working with stuff for years and years. So we ended up being able to build up an entire new wing. And now they have a full-fledged recording studio up there using Studio One with a full-fledged booth. And there's actually a few booths up in that part of the building for drums and for everything. You could do a full band in one go and have everybody in their own ISO booth. There's also a brand new piano lab. They've got a brand new choir room, and like all the rooms are built for the acoustics of the music. I mean, it really, really became something over the years. And I'm very thankful that I was able to be there for the program as it developed. So CCAC was pretty cool for that.
Yeah, that sounds dope as hell.
Well, best of luck to you when you end up going down to Nashville for college. I hope that you find just as much, if not more, enjoyment in the music program that I was able to find up at CCAC, because it was definitely something that I recommend to anybody who is looking for cheap education with the quality results. So best of luck to you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So why don't we take a moment to listen to another tune of yours? Stolen Fruit was amazing, so I'm sure the next one is going to be even better. Which song would you like to share with us?
Let's do Mary.
Awesome. Tell us about Mary.
So this song, I was raised very Catholic, and I feel like there's probably a lot of references to that in my music, or so I'm told there are. But this song is just about like breaking away from something that was like a really big part of your life or had like a lot of control over it. Is really what this song is about. It's like the feelings of like guilt and like not having that dependency anymore. It's like it's about those feelings and stuff.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing this one. This is new to me, just as it's new to you guys. So why don't we take a listen to Mary and dig the vibe one more time, brought to you by Idiot here on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
If I call you when you're long asleep and down another shot, could the loneliness I'm feeling mean I'm something that I'm not? If I'm long removed from contact, consequence, cause I don't look to see could a string of bad decisions be explained as tendencies. If I'm speaking to a pastor, does that mean confessional? Could it even be immoral if it only hurts my soul? If our sins are human concepts and there is no right and wrong, will my guilty conscience match or 20 decades when I'm gone? Should I hit the road and travel, don't look back and chase my dreams? Or is that dream impossible for idiots like me? Will I make another problem where there doesn't have to be? Will I make another problem where there doesn't have to be? And when my memory fails, will I still know your face? And if I can't recall, I pray you'll find a way to lift my spirit high and make me want to say, now's no time to fall, I'll die another day.
That song was called Mary, and it was brought to you by Idiot here on Where in the World is Megan's New Music. And I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us every Friday night and listen to the new music that you may not have the chance to hear otherwise. Stephen, thank you very much for sharing Mary with us. That was awesome.
Thank you.
So we are coming towards the end of our show here. It's been wonderful. So I want to ask, we've got the world opening up again. We've got people booking shows. We've got a lot of people releasing new music. Is there anything notable that you want to tell us about that's coming up in the future?
I will say this. I have a lot more music in the vault that's kind of in a similar style as what I've been putting out. And I'm going to be sticking with that for a little while. But down the road, I have an acoustic album that I've been writing over the last couple of years. And I'm not going to reveal the name of it publicly because I don't want anyone else to take it. But I think it's the best thing I've ever written. So
Excellent.
I'm very excited to start recording that and get that out there in its due time.
That's awesome. So where can we find songs like Stolen Fruit and Mary now?
They're everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud. I covered all my bases.
Nice. And do we look you up by typing in Idiot or do we use your name?
It's all gonna be Idiot. I'm kind of a small artist, so if you look up Idiot, there might be like other things, but if you look up like Idiot Stolen Fruit, it's gonna come up.
Excellent. Excellent. We will keep that in mind. And if ever a time you want to bring that show on the road, you let us know. Here we've got plenty of connections to get you playing, to get you out there, to get the people hearing the music that is obviously amazing. We've all got to hear it tonight. This stuff has got some potential. And I'm a sucker for an acoustic album. You know, I've been playing acoustic since I started. So I am very excited to hear that coming from you, especially since you said you've got such a diverse taste in music. So that'd be really cool.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Stephen, it's been an absolute honor to have you here with me this evening. I am very thankful for you. I'm very thankful for all of our listeners. Why don't you give us one more song to play the night out? And we will see everyone next week here.
Sure, yeah. Oh, do you want me to like talk about it?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I was going back and forth between two, but I settled on this one called New Obsession. It was the first song I ever put out for Idiot. I sing the chorus in this real silly, like low throaty voice because I didn't know how to sing. Like I just started taking voice lessons. So, but some people seem to like this one. So like I guess we'll play it. It's just about like how I used to like fixate on things and I used to get like really obsessive about things, and like especially with like romantic partners, it'd either be like an all or nothing. It's like I'm not interested in someone or I'm interested in them too much. And I was like, that's like an unhealthy thing. And then I saw a doctor and I found out I have obsessive compulsive disorder. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. So like I didn't know it at the time, but this song's almost about like OCD.
Righteous. Very interested to hear it. Well, thank you for sharing New Obsession and the other songs we've got to hear this evening. And thank you for sharing your story, Stephen. I will be seeing much more of you, I'm sure. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to New Obsession here on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
who takes her clothes off. If I could tell you everything, I would. If you could teach me how to lie, you should. Don't dip your toes, don't stick your nose. What could have been is messy.
Can't get you off my mind. Got diamonds in your eyes. Please give me everything from stress and baby you could be my new obsession. Oh, what you have to lie. Who's on the other line? Ain't nobody but my own reflection. Baby you could be my new obsession.
I'm a boy, not a man, don't confuse it. Get a little bit of power, I'll abuse it. Unhealthy, I know it. Dishonest, I've shown it. What the fuck is a romance? Are we gonna slow dance if I show affection? Are you gonna leave buying you flowers and sharing a shower and meeting your parents? Is that what it means? I don't think that I'm cut out for long term. You can do better, or that's what I've heard. I'm too impulsive to make a commitment, so call me a coward and fly like a bird. It's all or nothing in my head, forgetting what I said in bed. A little slip, I'll improvise. Encourage you with other guys, don't want to seem too serious. I've gotta play mysterious. Could my sign of